Let's try this again. So we're live, everybody, and this is Beyond Ballin. Welcome. Let's get some people in here. How's everybody doing? Okay, so we have a very special guest today. We have Kysre Gondrezick, and she's a West Virginia women's basketball star. Okay, so we're super happy to have her on today. Now, Kysre might be in here right now. Let's try to find her. Looking for you, Kysre. Gotcha.
Hey.
Hi, how are you? Hold on, it's buffering. Can you hear me?
I'm good. How are
Can
you?
you hear me? I'm good. I don't know, like it's buffering. Can you hear me though? Okay.
Yes. Is the
Moving
is the
slow.
connection clear on my
You can hear
end?
me?
Yes, is the connection clear on my end?
It's a little blurry. I see you blurry. You're blurry right now.
Let me see.
You look beautiful though.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna connect to my other phone.
Okay. No problem. Okay, everyone. So while we're waiting for her, why don't you guys tell me where you're from? Drop your city, drop your state. I want to know where we are located. Better.
Is that better? Okay.
Way better. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with me. How's your day going so far?
Fine. I had a workout this morning and I'm just resting for the rest of the day.
Nice. So how's quarantine treating you?
I love it. I'm using this
Really?
time right now to get better, to try to get ahead, to get in
Yeah.
better shape and just prepare for whenever the season comes around again.
Awesome. I honestly feel like I kind of told you this on the phone. Like, this is like a reset for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt like the world was moving so fast, and now it's just like we're all paused, and there's nothing. You're not missing out on anything, which is
Mm-hmm.
great. It's just everyone's kind of just chilling. So I'm gonna hop right into the questions because I know everyone's anxious to learn
Okay.
more about you. So we actually have something in common that I didn't think I told you. My dad played in the NBA just like your dad, which is super cool. And I know that your mom is a national champion. So what age did you start playing basketball?
Out the womb. I
Yeah.
didn't have a choice. Yeah. Like I actually wanted to grow up and be a gymnast. And then they told me I was too tall. And I didn't know 5'8" was too tall. So, and then my parents had told me that the alternative was for me to play basketball because they weren't going to pay for me to go to college.
Oh,
So, yeah.
okay. Are you hearing like a little feedback from my like camera or anything?
No.
Like, no, you're not? Okay. Awesome. I'm just checking because I hear like a little echo. So growing up, did you actually dream of being in the WNBA, or did you just know, okay, so I want to play basketball right now, but I don't know if I want to play for the rest of my life?
Yeah, so I thought about that a while. When I was young, I was born and raised in Houston. I was around the Comets at the time with Tina and all of them, and so I was really big on just being around basketball. It's where I grew a love for the game, and then the WNBA kind of died off a little bit
Was it
after
so?
that,
Yeah,
but it's good to see that, you know, it's making its way back around, and, you know, the women are competing at a high level again.
definitely. So what made you actually fall in love with basketball? Like, what was that pivoting point in your life where you were like, okay, this is my passion. This is what I honestly want to do.
Um, Honestly, in high school, around, I want to say during AAU, but like it was towards the end of my, like the reign of like my senior year.
Okay.
I had an amazing senior year,
Yeah.
and I just saw how much, you know, this game could give back to me, and so I'm like, let me just offer a little bit more of myself to it, and end up panning out well, and got a degree to go to school for full ride.
Nice. Awesome. So you said high school. So up until that point, what did you want to be?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had
Okay.
no idea. Everybody knew me for basketball. Like, so I just
Mm-hmm.
kept playing it until I finally grew a love for the game.
Nice. So your older sister plays, your younger brother plays, right?
Hmm.
So how are they doing? How was that? Just having an entire family full of basketball players.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps. You know, you hear so many different basketball perspectives from so many people. And then to be home right now, and to be around my little brother and build my relationship with him, and him to see my competitive nature, you know, we kind of inspire each other to be better right now since I'm at home.
Awesome. So how was it for you growing up with a father who played in the NBA? I know that for me, sometimes I felt a little pressure, to kind of live up to the expectations that he set. And I'm named after my dad, so everywhere I went, everyone knew that I was his daughter. Did you ever feel any of that pressure or that feeling that you had to live up to something?
No, absolutely not. No, I predicate myself on being my own person, and you know, going through my own journey, and just because my parents play ball and doesn't mean that I have to be successful at it. That's just my own drive.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. So what expectations do you have for yourself or what goals do you have for basketball?
I mean, I'm very competitive. So, of course, you know, I'm not just happy to be out there. I want to be one of the best and compete. I love to win. So, I mean, it's just, you know, my love for the game now has become, you know, so elite with it, I guess, in a way where I'm just so competitive that I want to play at the highest elite level, and just being mediocre isn't enough for me.
Awesome. So I know you transferred from the University of Michigan after your freshman year. And, it's actually funny because I had a similar situation. I transferred from the University of Buffalo after freshman year. And for me, it was hard, because I had to think about getting used to a whole new coach, getting used to a whole new system, just having like an entirely new aspect in the game, because different coaches talk about the game in a different way. You have new teammates. So what advice would you give to someone who's in a similar situation as we went through, where they want to transfer, but they're just a little nervous?
Just do what's best for you. Understand that, you know, at the end of the day, it's your decision. I know with the recruiting process, you know, your family can get involved, your close friends, you know, whoever's in your circle can try to convince you to go somewhere, but, you know, ultimately it's your decision. And I feel like the second time around, I was able to be mature enough and understood that, you know, in the process, that whatever college of choice I decide to go to, whether it fails or whether I'm successful, it was my decision. I'm okay, like, living with that. So I think that's important moving forward, and understanding that you're the one that put in the work, so you get to call the shots of your life.
Definitely. That makes so much sense. So what is your major right now?
Yeah, so I actually just graduated. But my major was MDS, multidisciplinary studies.
Nice.
I studied journalism, communication, sports communication, media and entertainment. I'm doing a master's in business and sports management.
Awesome. So after basketball, because obviously the ball has to stop dribbling at some time, we all hear that. What career path are you thinking of after you plan the WNBA career?
Right now I'm just kind of going with the flow. I know for sure I definitely want to do broadcasting, sideline reporting.
Awesome.
I want to do, you know, modeling. I don't want to limit myself. I feel like I could do so many things in terms of starting businesses, creating my own brand. And so right now I know that basketball is going to get me there. So I'm just seeing how this all pans out for me.
That's so beautiful. So you mentioned, you know, you have so many different things that you could dabble in, which is honestly beautiful, because I feel like with athletes, especially at, you know, a Division I college level, it's hard to mix and mingle in different things. So what would you say right now is your favorite pastime when you're not working on your craft, or your favorite hobby per se?
Dancing in the shower, listening to
Okay.
music. I read a lot of books. And then the little time that I do have, I like to spend it with my friends and, you know, go out to eat, or, you know, so little things like that.
Awesome. So what's your favorite book right now? What book are you reading?
Right now, I just finished Pimpology. I'm actually on Machiavelli right now. So I'm into those kind of like philanthropy and like type of books like that, ones that challenge my mind.
Awesome. So I see your cute little puppy.
Oh,
Can you introduce him to us?
yeah, her name is Fendi. Like the bag.
Fendi, how cute. What kind
Yeah,
of
she's a micro Yorkie teacup. She's like,
Oh my
she
gosh,
goes
so
everywhere
cute.
I go. I mean, in my bags, my purses. She follows me all over the place.
Really?
Yeah.
To class?
All my classes are online, so
Oh,
yeah. So
perfect.
sometimes she used to come with me to the gym. You know, sit in the locker room. You know, I'll put her in my purse when I go places. Yeah.
That's so cute. And I'm sure your entire team loves her, because I would just fall in love. I'd probably you'd have to watch her, because I love dogs. Like, they're my favorite. So who are your mentors or people that you've gone to learn more about basketball?
I mean, there's a plethora of people actually. There's, you know, I could use my coach, for example. In terms of athletes, I've been around a lot of premier athletes. I grew up in South Bend. I went to middle school there before I went to high school in Benton Harbor, Michigan. And I grew up around Skylar. She was a huge mentor for me growing up. Just like a big sister of mine, you know, so she taught me so many things about, you know, balancing myself both on and off the court. I have my parents, you know, that mentor me. And then I include myself as a mentor. I feel like I'm my best mentor, my biggest critic, because I'm learning about myself every day that nobody else has access to but me. So.
That's deep. So during this time, obviously we have tons of time to ourselves. So what's something you touched on learning about yourself? What's something that you've learned about yourself during this quarantine time?
That is a good question. I would say the thing that stood out to me the most is the level of commitment that I've challenged myself to be at, in terms of waking up every day, you know, early in the mornings, going twice a day, and just working out. And, you know, it's easy to get distracted. It's easy to be lazy right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm my own motivation. And hopefully, you know, when all this stuff passes, I keep that same momentum going forward.
Awesome. So is there a skill that you wish that you could master? Like for me, I'm not a good cook. So I'm taking every opportunity that I have to try to learn how to cook. What is a skill that you want to master during this time?
Well, I don't have that problem. I'm actually cooking every day.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I wanted to master that too, because I've changed my diet. So I'm learning about different foods and different seasonings. One else thing I want to master, just, you know, my time management in terms of, you know, just school right now, online, and workouts. And when I say time management, not in, because, you know, you do that when you're at school, but like, it's a lot harder being at the house and doing a lot of work around the house that you never thought was necessary. Like, you know, washing all the dishes, cleaning, sweeping, and just helping my mom and stuff around the house. So, yeah.
Definitely. So I don't think I asked you, where is home for you?
It's in Michigan, Benton Harbor. It's like an hour away from Chicago, like 2 hours maybe away from Detroit.
Oh,
so
awesome. Great location. So what's one goal that you have for 2020? Like, this is like your ultimate, this is what I want to do. If all else fails, 365 days, one of these days, I'm going to complete this.
Well, I graduated.
Congratulations.
So that one knocks it out. I think my only focus right now is just ball in my body. Like, that's it. Like, I've done everything I said I needed to do thus far. And so, like I said, I'm just using this time to just try to get ahead and just get healthier in a way.
Awesome. So if your best friend was right here, right now, and I was like, describe Kysre in 3 words, what do you think he or she would say?
Joyner. Shout out to Joyner. She played at Tech. She just got drafted from Seattle.
Yes. Super cool.
Knowing her, what would she say? I don't know. Fun, crazy.
Okay.
But smart. Those are like the 3 nicest things that I could think about that she would say.
Nice. So before the pandemic happened, and you know, it's definitely a trying time for our nation. It's tons of people who are going through so many different things. What were you working on? Was there any project that kind of had to get halted? I mean, obviously the season, yeah. But were you working on anything specific?
No. I was just finishing up school was pretty much it, yeah.
Your paint. Awesome. So now we're going to shift over to your quarantine routine, because that's where we are right now. What does your training look like now that we're stuck in the house for so long?
Oh, I get up my mornings start early. I wake up at around maybe 5:45, 6 o'clock every morning, but Wednesdays and Sundays. I do cardio, weights, and then I do basketball in the afternoon. That's my routine every day. And then in between, take naps, do schoolwork. Nice. That's pretty much it.
Awesome. So what specific exercises are you doing that really, are showing you the biggest difference?
I mean, I would say the cardio piece, I'm doing a lot of incline stuff. In terms of weights, I'm doing, a solid weight, but high volume reps. I'm just working on getting my body really toned right now. Like, I don't like looking big. I want to look, when I take off my uniform, be able to put on a dress. And, you can't tell I play basketball, right? So that's my biggest thing right now.
Awesome. So what advice would you give to athletes who maybe don't have access to a gym, but definitely want to stay in shape?
Yeah, there's things you can do around the house. I see people all the time, push-ups, go run around the block. I'm not a good person to ask this because I have access. But if I didn't, I mean, I would probably be stressed out, but I'd be finding some way, some shape or form to work out.
Yeah. So what's the best way to start your day? Is there like a routine that you have? Like, I wake up in the morning, I align my chakras, I meditate. Is there anything specific that you do?
No, I wake up and I go right after it. Yeah.
Right after. Okay, that's awesome. So since we're spending so much time at home, as I continuously say, because I can't believe it, it's a great time for, self-care and, adding things to your beauty regimen. Is there anything that you maybe have more time to do that you couldn't do before?
No.
No? Like special hair masks that you saw on YouTube that you wanted to, make, but now you have time to make?
No.
Nothing really? So for
wish,
you.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard, given my schedule right now. I'm working out 2-3 times a day, so I don't have time to, I wash my face, but I keep the same routine. I use Neutrogena. Like, I'm big on clear skin. My hair is always in a bun. This is probably the first and only time anyone will ever see me like this, because I'm always sweating. I mean, just drinking a lot of water right now and staying true to my diet. I wish, I could say I do have the time now to do other things, but I'm so focused. It's like, all those things will still be there. I can wait.
That's very true. So who's working you out? Are you working out with one of your parents? Or?
Yeah, my dad is training me. He's been training me my entire life, so it's good to get back in the same space as him.
That's beautiful. So what do you believe your calling is? I know that's a hard question, because we're so young, but do you know what your calling is, or what you were put on this earth to do?
I mean, I don't know specifically, only he knows. But my main focus is to just try to give back. I know there's people are so sometimes focused on being so successful, you know, wrapped up in themselves. Like maybe they came from a, you know, a hard situation, you know, a family at home. Well, I just, you know, I want to be successful and I want to be able to be financially stable. You know, if I ever, you know, get that opportunity, I want to be able to give back. My legacy means a lot more than my success. So I feel like maybe I can give back in ways through, you know, a student athlete, as a woman, the experiences that I've been through. And you just never know what somebody is going through that's very similar to your experiences.
Definitely. I love that. You just dropped a gem. My legacy means more to me than my success. That was amazing. So what's one obstacle that you had to overcome and how did you do it?
So I've been through a lot. But I'll use this example. You know, during the season, I was just happy to be back playing. And I was carrying a lot of weight, a lot more than I should have. And my goal was, you know, in the off season to lose about 40 to 45. So far, I'm going on my 7th week and I've lost about 35. So to come through this adversity, I mean, it's been really hard. It's not easy. And, you know, when I post, people are, oh, like, how did you do it? Like, and I don't have like a definite answer. I mean, it's a lot of discipline, a lot of commitment, and just overcoming this. I feel like for the first time, I'm actually like carving out my body to be a basketball player. And it's in a basketball form in terms of like agility, my quickness, you know, fast switch muscle, all that type of stuff.
Wow. So are you doing any like a keto diet? Are you trying vegan? Are you vegetarian? Is there nothing specific?
Nothing specific, just no carbs. The only carb I eat in the morning after cardio is a half a baked potato, and just up my protein, egg whites, salmon, fish, like grilled chicken, turkey, vegetables. That's it. There's no secret to it.
It sounds good though. And you're cooking all of that.
Yes,
I post on you about some cooking lessons.
Yeah,
I have to make a YouTube because let me tell you, I can't. I mean, I made salmon the other day. I'm not even gonna lie. My mom and my sister said it was really good, but I'm not a cook, so that's just beautiful that you have that and the plethora of things that you have.
I'm learning. I knew how to make all the other foods that I'm not supposed to be eating. So to be able to start now, you know, in terms of my dieting and, you know, I'm going to be a wife one day. Like I got to be able to be versatile.
Definitely. You're so right. So what's the most exciting thing that's happened to you this past year, 2019?
Last year, the most exciting thing,
if you had to choose one thing and it was like, okay, this was like the climax of the year.
I would probably say just getting back on the court.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of just changed my life. It was a great distraction for me to start getting my life back on its schedule. Yeah. And to finish the season was big for me.
Definitely. So, as we all know, you have a lot of followers on Instagram. You've been featured on this page tons of time. Everyone loves you. So, does having a large, you know, platform, has it affected your life in any way?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Do you feel like you could use your platform in any way that you haven't done so far?
Yeah, actually, I feel like I could use it a lot more. You know, I have people all the time. You know, you're never on social media. You don't post. You know, and the reason why I don't have time to get all dolled up and take pictures. You know, I'm busy working out, you know, throughout the day. It's not one of my focus, but I understand that people do want to see me. So I can get involved a lot more. I'm not a big fan for social media. I live in reality. But when I do feel, you know, I'm feeling myself or I feel cute or, you know, I accomplish something, I do share it on my page. So.
Beautiful. So you said you live in reality. So what does your reality consist of other than working out? If there's one piece, you know, like right now, what would you say it consisted of?
Just, you know, maintaining my relationships and my circle, my family, my friends. I'm very private. I don't like to post anything in regards to my life that anyone can manipulate. Been down that road, done that. So I'm good right now.
I feel like we all have. So I've seen by your Instagram that you actually wear your nails long while
Yeah.
you play, which is
Yeah.
super cool, which is super amazing. How do you balance your life, being a basketball player, and basketball is a male dominated sport in reality, while also, maintaining your femininity?
Yeah, so for me, that's so important. I feel like my face and the way I carry myself is my brand, and being able to understand that basketball is what I do. It doesn't by any means define who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And people always say, oh, she plays like a boy. Like, who says that you have to play like a boy, like in order to play
Exactly.
that way?
Yeah.
But, we'll keep that term. So to play like a boy, to come out, my personal, perspective, I don't have to come out looking like one, and I'm big on that. People always ask me, how do you play with your nails? And I wear my lashes. I always, keep my hair done with my little sew-ins and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm my market, so you never know who's paying attention. And I just want to inspire girls who feel like, in a world nowadays with social media, you can be picked on, bullied, you can't play basketball, you don't look like a basketball player. Well, who said, so
Yeah.
that's the carve out that I'm trying to do right now. But I understand too, like, when I go play a game, my life is much bigger than that. I do have a life outside of basketball.
Yes.
So yeah.
More than an athlete,
Yes.
ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you touched on something really big. You said, like, who said, you can't look a certain way. And I feel like that is the most important piece. And that's ultimately why I love this page, Beautiful Baller, so much, is because it really shows that there's no strict, like, we can't put
Mhm.
people in a box. Just
Mhm.
because we're athletes doesn't mean that we can't be beautiful off the court and a beast on the court and beautiful at the same time. Oftentimes in society, people try to, box people in to make
Mhm.
themselves feel more comfortable. So I love that you said that. Have you ever felt any hate or pressure from teammates because you decided to, like, maintain your looks? And I asked that because for me, actually, it's a long story, but I'm gonna wrap it up. So I was actually bullied by my coach
Okay.
because I had posted a picture on Instagram that was cute. It
Mhm.
wasn't, inappropriate in any way, shape, or form. But she called me into her office and she said that she didn't want little girls to think that they had to be as pretty as me in order to play basketball. And I quote her. So for me, ultimately, I was like, I don't understand, why can't I just be me and still play? You know what I mean? Like, why do I have to give up a piece of myself? Have you ever felt like that or gone through anything similar?
No, I mean, I don't know what people say in their heads.
That's, yeah.
But when I'm around, I've heard jokes like, you take forever, it's just a picture. Like, no, like, this is, I feel like the more you take care of yourself, the better you feel about yourself. Um, and I like to show that when I'm in my uniform, because I feel like there's two different facets of me. But in terms of being bullied, like, I take that with a grain of salt. Like, it's,
Yeah.
like, and I'm sorry that happened, but I mean,
No, it's okay.
if anyone told me that, oh my gosh.
I mean, and it was freshman year, so, like, you're just coming in. It's like,
Mhm.
is this what college is
Oh yeah,
like?
I remember we had I went to Michigan and we had the like the little midnight madness thing, and coach used to have this rule. It's like the 10-minute rule. You had to be there 10 minutes before the actual time. And I was the only freshman on campus, on the team with a car. And
Yeah.
so, of course, I showed up before the time, but I didn't show up 10
Right.
minutes and
Yeah.
have to sit, but I was doing my makeup. I'm like, the people are going to see us. You don't know who's watching,
Exactly.
and my teammates like, oh, you're a freshman. You taking too long. I'm like, man, whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just kind of kept that attitude, just kind of moving forward. I feel like I take it as a compliment in a way because, okay, so you think that I am doing too much off the court, but on the court, I'm just as competitive, if that thrives me in a way.
Yes. And I think that's, like, so beautiful because you're killing on the court too, and so you can't say anything,
Yeah,
talk all you want.
I've actually been interviewed. I've had someone ask me, how does it feel, with the social media, and you have, a good amount of followers, a fan base that follows you. Do you think it's because they're following you because of the way you look, or is it because you play basketball? I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care. They're watching, you know.
And it's me.
And,
It's me
right at the end
regardless.
of the day, like, you know, whether they tune on and watch me because they like the way I look, or, you know, I do something to them, at the end of the day, they're watching women's college basketball. They're watching West Virginia. Like, so that's anything that I can do to attract anything to the game in the right way. I'm all for it.
Beautiful. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? If everything goes as planned and all your dreams come true, what would you be doing and where would you be?
So I would like to be playing basketball in the league. I would like to have my own business. I would like to be working for NBA TNT, broadcasting on the sideline in my off season, modeling, traveling overseas, starting my own, you know, businesses, clothing line, makeup, anything. Like, I want to be all over the place my first few years, like coming out of college. Like, I want to rack up on as much as I can and get involved early while I'm young. Because I do believe one day when I do have my kids, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I want to be heavily involved in my family. So I want to be able to make money to invest.
Beautiful. So you mentioned that you'd be playing. So obviously you'd play overseas, right? If you could choose.
No, I'm not a fan of that. I don't want to play.
You're not?
No.
Wow. Okay.
No.
So why did that happen? Like, why are you not a fan of it?
So I grew up in Greece. Actually, my dad was playing overseas at the time, and then I had the opportunity this summer, to go over to Rome and Italy with my team, and it's not for me to be over there that long period of time, and it's just, you don't know anyone, no one speaks English, you know, and it's hard. I'm big on, you know, having people around me. So I want to make as much of my career here in America, hopefully.
Definitely. I could totally understand that. And then in the off season, like you said, you'd be broadcasting. So obviously everyone is loving your fitness journey. Would you maybe come out with like a fitness brand or anything like that? Or would you do your own routine videos?
I just, you know, I can't speak for the future in terms of, you know, what happens if I sign with someone. But I definitely want to be able to, you know, like I said, I don't want to limit myself. But I have a couple of people that are mad at me already. Like, why don't you post workout videos and stuff? Like, I work so hard. Like, I don't have the time to set up my phone and move in between sets and, you know, adjust. And you know, you have some out here that are, you know, when they're working out, they have their little sets on all cute. Like, I'm working out, it's ugly, like, when I'm working out, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a grind. It really is a grind. And people do it differently.
I'll be happy to show the results, but when I'm working out, that's my space. That's my space of comfort. It's my security blanket.
No, I love that. So this is like the number one question, if I could rank them all. What does being a beautiful baller mean to you?
Being able to be a free spirit in your own skin. That doesn't have to mean that you have to look a certain way to be beautiful. I feel like everybody's beautiful in their own way. You know, you have a theory that, you know, oh, you have to be light skinned. I find dark Black women beautiful, you know, and I have an aunt that's that color, and, you know, you don't have to have long hair. You don't have to, you know, it's your own style, you know. And
it's not conforming.
Yeah. So if you feel like you look at yourself in the mirror and you're happy, you're beautiful. That's my interpretation of it.
I love it. Beautiful. So we opened up the questions to our wonderful audience, and they were flooding us with amazing questions that they want to know about you.
Okay.
But I picked the best few that I think you would have fun answering. So the first one is, how did you develop confidence on the court?
Yeah, so just by playing and being able to be confident enough to take shots, be able to be, you know, courageous enough to make mistakes, to make turnovers, driven enough to on one end, if I mess up, I'm going to do something on the other end, you know, so coach doesn't have to pull me out, you know. So just being able to be daring on the court, be able to make, you know, more moves than you did the last game, the game before, you know. So yeah.
Nice. So you touched on something that I think is really important, just having the confidence to make mistakes, which is really huge. But I do find that a lot of people don't have confidence because their coaches, like you said, are so quick to pull them out. What would you say to someone who doesn't have a coach that supports them in that way? How did they overcome that and just, still go out there and take a risk, but know that maybe they're going to sit
Yeah,
the
I mean,
fine?
for me, that's kind of hard to answer because I transferred and I'm in a position where my coach and I, like, I just love him to death, but I'm assertive, I'm in his office all the time, talking to him about plays and stuff, and I feel like it's the number one thing you can do is just try to apply yourself, both on and off the court. Obviously, they're pulling you out for a reason, and a lot of players don't take the time out and the initiative to go, on their own when practice is over or, when no one else is around and to go talk to coach, like, hey, what's up? Why you keep pulling me out? What can I do? Like, and I'm that type of person. Like if I want to know something, I'm gonna come and ask you, like, and then, you have some, players, everyone has their role. You have some, on the team that's a scorer. You have some that's a defensive guru. Like, why not be both? Coach has to keep you on the floor. And I feel like it's just important to work at other assets of your game so that you're very versatile, so you don't have to come off.
Definitely. I love that. So what is your go-to move? Like, this move, I'm doing it every game. And when I'm doing it, I'm scoring. What move is that for you?
I don't have a go-to move.
Really?
I feel like my moves come from reading defenses, but like I would say my mid-range game is the best asset of my game, my mid-range game, and being able to create for others. I'm huge on my mid-range game. I feel like that's so important, especially in the women's game, because you either have the long ball or you're attacking to the basket. There's no in between. So that's kind of like my go-to. That's what you call it.
Okay, so maybe not a go-to, but do you have one that you find, okay, when watching film, you do this way more?
I'm sorry, I have someone knocking at
the door.
Can you get that? Watch out, Cindy. Stop.
Could you guys use some oranges?
No, we have one in there.
Oh, I hear a big dog too. How cute.
Okay.
We picked up with commodities.
Stop, Nala. No, well, I think we're good.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, appreciate it. Come here, Nala. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay, so what was the question?
So maybe not a go-to move, but what move is it where while looking at film, you notice that you do this move way more than every other move?
This past year, I have more clips of me going between my legs left and snatching back and shooting the three.
Okay.
But I'm adding to my game. But this past year, I think that was the one I've used the most.
Nice. So what would you say is the hardest thing about being a student athlete? I know I get this question all the time, and everyone says time management. But what would you say?
Being able to have the same work ethic off the court as you do on the court. I don't think it's time management. I just think it's having the energy enough and, to be able to be disciplined to do your work. I know half of the time, I graduated, but my freshman, sophomore, I was terrible. I was so tired. I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. And I was always, procrastinating. So I think that's important.
Definitely. What advice would you give to a freshman who is coming into a new system and doesn't really know what to expect about college basketball? What would you say as that senior,
Yeah. It's a system, you have to find your way to add value through a system. That was the biggest adjustment for me. I know with, high school and AAU, and you have so much freedom and leeway one-on-one, do whatever you want to do. It's like in college, this is what it is. And you have to be able to make plays. And I think the biggest thing for me was just building upon my IQ and understanding that, okay, even though this is a play, you have the opportunity to be able to make plays out of plays. It's just a structure. That's the word I was looking for. Like, you don't have to necessarily go out there and just be a robot. And if I don't run what coach runs, no coach is going to pull you out for making a play. That's just how I feel.
Right. You're very right. Right. So we kind of touched on this earlier, and I just want to say congratulations on your fitness journey if I didn't say that already, because that's super huge. And like you mentioned, you said 35 pounds, and that's even more than I saw you post, because I was just 31 pounds. So you're continuously, you're killing it. How do you feel now that you're so much lighter?
Yeah, I feel faster when I'm working out. I can jump higher. My teammates always laugh at me because I cannot jump for anything.
Yeah.
I probably like jump this high. And just getting more athletic, my lateral quickness. I play a one-on-one against my brother all the time, and just, you know, being able to move. I feel a lot better, and I'm kind of surprising myself in a way. It's like, God, Kysre, how could you play that whole season like that? You know, but luckily, by the grace of God, I didn't get hurt. You know, I remained healthy enough to be in this position today.
Definitely to get better. That's so beautiful. So beautiful. I think a lot of people forget how important, you know, your body is, especially when you're doing something like basketball, because it's so important. So I know everyone is anxious to find out, are you single? Everyone's anxious. Listen, that was like the top ranked question, okay? And I'm like, we're going to put it in there at least once, because we got to know. You're so beautiful.
Yeah, you're going to put me on the spot. You're going to put me on the spot. Yeah, I know. My focus right now is my career.
Beautiful.
That's, other than that, I'm really private, but it's just me and my career right now, school and ball.
I love that. And I feel like that's best, you know, self-isolation, quarantine, single, beautiful. Everybody, she's single. I know y'all hear that. Stop. But that's beautiful. And I feel like it's really important, especially now, to really focus on yourself. So I commend you so much for doing that.
Thank you.
So as we come to the end of this interview, what's next for you? What do you have going forward in 2020? Anything that you're going to embark on, or is it just continuing your fitness journey?
Yeah, it's just, this is a continuous process. Staying committed to my journey. I mean, there's really nothing I can do until the world opens back up, you know. So, and that's just for everybody. So it's just a matter of making sure that I stay ready when that time comes.
Beautiful. So we've come to the end of this interview, Kysre. Thank you so much for taking so much time out. I had an amazing time getting to know you, and I know everyone is loving what they heard. And it's just great that we got so much insight into your life. It's really
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No, thank you. So have an amazing day and continuously kill your fitness journey, because you're doing so great.
Thank you. Hopefully you can learn some, you know, some cooking tips.
I know. Look, I'm gonna hit you up, so don't dodge me when I do. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
That was great, everyone, and we came to the end of our amazing interview. So we do these every week, and if you want to catch the episodes that you missed in the weeks prior, all you have to do is go to Beautiful Ballers on YouTube. We're also going to start posting them on IGTV, so you guys can check them out, and make sure to stay beyond Ballin. Bye.